I am Meghan McPeak. I am a play-by-play broadcaster in the WNBA, specifically with the Washington Mystics.
I'm Amy Audibert, and I'm going to be doing the color on the broadcast.
Today I have the honor to do the play-by-play for a historical game here in Toronto. Third time that it'll be outside of the US for a preseason game in the WNBA. I went to Humber. I'm an alum. When I graduated, I knew this was something I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to play professionally. That did not work out for me. So my post-playing career happened very quickly out of college.
There weren't a whole lot of women doing what I'm doing when I was really young, so I kind of think I found it by accident.
It was women like Doris Burke and Robin Roberts who inspired me to want to get into broadcasting, especially Doris. I wanted to be, the Canadian Doris Burke with regards to being an analyst.
Every time we have these conversations, of course, you have to go to Doris Burke, Sarah Kustok, and Kara Lawson, who were women, female voices calling NBA games or just big games and just being given that responsibility, but then also excelling in it.
Amy, these are two teams, as you can feel the energy. They've been talking about it all weekend. What is your thoughts? The energy is palpable in the building.
I mean, over 19,000 people made a decision to be here today.
That's the joy of basketball. Men's game and the women's game, there is no difference. The players are just as athletic, just as finesse when it comes to the game that they can play and what they can do on the court.
It's amazing basketball. It's fun to watch. And you can't say you love the NBA, but you don't like the WNBA. It just doesn't make sense. So for me, it's just finding that balance of obviously respecting the game that we all love, but then also understanding that these are phenomenal human beings and we need to tell their stories as well.
Attacking. Count the bucket and the foul. I don't know how she does it, ladies and gentlemen, but somehow, some way, Kalia Copper finds the way to put the ball in the hoop.
It's interesting because I've kind of been put in this position before with the all-female broadcast with the Toronto Raptors in, 2020 now, to think back.
I still hear about it all the time. Like, it comes up all the time because it was so well done. It wasn't just picking 5 women off the street, like 5 women who were professionals in the industry, who knew the league, who understood it.
Looking back on that game, to know that you look at every aspect of the broadcast, it wasn't just myself, Kia, and Kayla calling the game, but it was also Kate and Amy in studio. And you think of the behind-the-scenes people, the females that were also involved. We were doing it for them because as much as people think the broadcast is who's on camera and in front of the camera, we can't do that without the folks behind the camera. To know that there was females doing that as well too was really inspiring. We were influencing and impacting young women and young boys because they might have a little sister who they are the big brother to and want to make sure that she has the utmost confidence to do whatever she wants to do.
As I've been getting ready for the game, I keep thinking about, I fell in love with basketball sitting in the Sky Dome watching the Raptors. I won tickets through Shoppers Drug Mart for 9 games and they were nosebleeds, but that's when I really started falling in love with the sport. But I never actually envisioned myself playing there because I knew, it was the NBA. I'm not a man and, I was 10 years old. There's young kids that are gonna sit here today and watch this game and actually believe that they can be out there playing. And I've learned a lot over the last probably 15, 20 years of my life, but it all starts with believing.
I was, that generation that we heard Bridget Carleton talk about that didn't have the WNBA in Canada to really watch and be part of and have that super fandom that you see with Raptors fans. To be part of this and kind of have it come full circle as someone who was a young girl growing up playing basketball to now work in the WNBA and to be part of this and it be on home soil is kind of insane, but at the same time rewarding because there could be a young girl at home watching who decides that they want to get into broadcasting and to think that I have that type of impact. And look at what I do as a female in a male-dominated industry and think, well, if she can do it, I can do it, so why not?
If you see it, you like I said, you believe you can be a part of that or that you can do that one day, and that's the most important thing. It's the foundation of wanting to see something, to spark something inside of you, and then just be able to pursue it, but to hold on to a vision. You don't have to imagine it in your driveway anymore. You can actually show up and see it or watch it or listen, and that tangible stuff is so important.